presentation, you may be thinking, do I really need to do all those gestures up there? I mean, how important really are gestures anyway? Connie knows what I'm thinking about it. You want to do the same thing? Why bother? And Mark, you're the businessman, you know. You're never going to go into a business presentation and afterwards the board of directors is going to come up to you and says, Mark, you know, your presentation was wonderful. It's going to save our company several $1 million. But Ted came in after you, and when he explained we could save a lot of money and it'd be a good thing, those gestures just blew us out of the water, and we're going with Ted's company. Of course, we're going to lose several $1 million. So we're sorry about that, but you know, the gestures were just awesome. Or you don't go to a business presentation. They don't start out saying, hello everybody, it's a beautiful day outside today, the sun is up in the sky, so it's now time to get down to business. At least I hope you don't have those sort of situations. How about gestures? Presentations are kind of overrated. You know, why bother? Not a big deal. So I didn't use them. But then I was giving a presentation, and I was trying to explain how we went from $500 to $1,000. We doubled our money. And I know it's important to repeat things, so I said in the presentation, we doubled our money. We started out with $500, we doubled our money. And I said it several times. I thought it was pretty clear. But afterwards, a blonde guy, I don't know who, just came back and said, Tim, what do we go on and on about the $500 for? I said, we doubled our money. The guy said, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't get that. Oh, I didn't get that. I said it over and over. So I went to another presentation. Gave the same presentation again. You know how it's in business. Sometimes you give the same presentation several times. So we went from $500 to $1,000. We doubled our money. It was great to have more money. We had twice as much money. We had 2 times as much money we had before. I thought that would be clear. So afterwards to test it out, I went to a brown-haired guy and he said, do you know what I was talking about the $500 in my presentation? The guy said, no, Tim, I have no clue what that was. So again, same presentation, on and on it goes, you know how this happens. At $500, we doubled our money, it was twice as much, it was more. I would admit I was kind of rambling at that point. And afterwards, the guy said, you know, I talked to the guy, the guy said, you know, my presentation, you didn't get the point. No, you're really fascinated with the $500. I didn't know why. You kind of rambled on about it, started babbling incoherently. It was just, we doubled our money. So I didn't know what to do. So I did what you usually do in those situations. I Googled it. And I looked up and discovered that there's a guy called Darren LaCroix you may have heard of. Ken knows. Nobody else knows him probably, but Ken knows. And he said that if you're giving a presentation, sometimes it's important that you have clarity. And all clarity means is you want to be clear about what you're speaking. And sometimes gestures can add to clarity. So I thought, okay, I'll try it. So how do you give the presentation again? Yes, I was giving a presentation a lot these days. But I tried a gesture. I said, all right, we start with $500, and we went to $1,000, doubled our money. We started here, we went to here. And then afterwards, I went up to another brown-haired guy and said, you know when I talk about the $500? I said, well, yeah, of course, Tim. You talk about doubling your money. At last, finally, I was getting through. And I started doing it. I started gesturing more and more. I started realizing that gesturing can be important to help you add clarity, to help you be clearer as a speaker. You don't need to gesture all the time, but sometimes it's useful, like things you're talking about, you're getting more, or you're getting less, or something's expanding, or something's shrinking. It's a simple visual way to do things when you don't have PowerPoint. If you have PowerPoint, it's great, but that can put people to sleep. But if you just use gestures, people can get it and understand what you're talking about. So I started using gestures more, and things became clearer. Then I started realizing the whole stage could become a gesture. You could have different points on stage. You started here. Here's my first point, here's my second point, here's my third point, different places on the stage. A stage can be kind of a huge gesture. I started using gestures more because they're so useful and so helpful. And they really help involve people and bring them in. So if you're giving a presentation, and you're not really involving people, or you're finding people aren't certain about what you're saying, or they're getting confused, just start using a little bit of gestures. start doubling money, increasing things, or decreasing things. You start doing that, you have more clarity, more clearness in your audience will get what you say. So if you want to add clarity to your presentation, just make a gesture.